Look, exit interviews. They're not what you think. Most of the time, they're a waste of time, a joke, a way for HR to check a box without actually hearing what's wrong. You get polished answers, rehearsed stories, polite complaints wrapped in sugarcoating that barely scratch the surface. So if you think these interviews are some magic window into your company culture, you're fooling yourself. The reality, what people actually feel. That stays locked tight because no one wants to burn bridges, no one wants to look like the troublemaker, especially if they're crossing paths forever after. And that's the problem. You think you get honesty, but it's silence dressed as honesty. And silence kills your chance to fix what's really broken. Here's the brutal truth. Your culture doesn't reveal itself in exit interviews. It hides behind the answers that sound nice. It shows up in who leaves without a second thought, how they leave, and the patterns nobody's brave enough to face. If you want answers that actually matter, you've got to stop running these interviews like routine checkups. You need to rip the mask off and get raw, but that takes guts. You have to change the whole approach. Step 1, ditch the HR scripts. They're useless. Instead, create conditions where people can really talk without fear. This means 0 judgment, 0 follow-up that feels like punishment, and 0 "we hear you but can't change anything" vibes. You want the real story? Make sure they get it. This is for their voice to be heard on their terms, no spin, no filter. Use anonymous channels or off-the-record conversations with someone outside the chain of command. People only open up when they feel safe. No trust, no truth. Step 2, track patterns, not anecdotes. One story is just noise. 10 stories shouting the same thing? That's a signal screaming in your face. Most companies collect exit data like it's a homework assignment and then bury it. Don't be scary like that. Build a system to spot the same issues popping up over and over, whether it's about leadership, workload, values, or respect. Then own those problems, and don't choreograph your solutions. Get messier. Try things that might initially fail. Be so obsessed with fixing the core issues that excuses don't get a chance to breathe. Step 3, engage the people who stayed. You can't wait till they leave to learn about culture. The silent majority, the ones who stay, are often drowning in the same frustrations but too stuck to quit or too scared to say it loud. Run regular pulse checks, but make them meaningful. Ask the questions nobody asks. Dig into the gray areas. Tell me about the last time you felt unheard. Or what's the unspoken rule that everyone follows but no one talks about? Push them. Push yourself to listen beyond the words. And here's the kicker. If you want culture to improve, stop treating exit interviews as a simple HR task. Treat them like the crucial bloody battlefield they actually are. Because your company's soul is at stake in those parting words, but only if you know how to listen for what's not said. Culture doesn't thrive on official feedback forms. Culture lives where people feel unsafe to be honest, where whispers turn into waves only if someone's ready to catch them. If you're serious about building that culture every founder, leader, and investor dreams of, you have to drop the fake talk and get obsessed with brutal honesty, starting not with the ones leaving, but with the ones still pushing through every damn day. And yes, that means tearing down comfort zones, admitting your mistakes out loud, fixing the things nobody wants to face because they're messy and slow to resolve. Exit interviews are just the last checkpoint, not the whole story. Culture is alive in the uncomfortable conversations you don't want to have, in the brutal truth you avoid, and in the relentless work you do before people walk out the door. If you want change, stop collecting polite lies. Hunt the real stuff. Protect that honesty like it's the rarest asset you have, because it is. Only then will those exit interviews finally reveal what your culture really looks like. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and open the featured link to learn more.